Hey everybody, welcome to an unboxing video of a game called Red Flag over Paris. This is actually a second game in the series, the first one being Fort Sumter, if I pronounced that correctly. And these are very small games, kind of abstract, that you be placing some cubes and fighting over the influence in different regions and so on. And yeah, I've decided to pick this one up. Not only because, as you know, the blood is thicker than water, but also because I think that this is kind of a improvement to the first game in the series. And to be completely honest, I was a little bit on the fence because I was thinking of maybe getting the Fort Sumter in the first place. But then I realized, and I watched some videos, because this game has been with us since 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And I was kind of, hesitant because I realized when I watched some videos, I realized that these types of games might not be for me. But as you can see, I got one. So what was the reason for that? Well, the first thing is that I'm not against abstract games. But I was actually thinking now, who might be the target audience for these types of games? And I still have no answer to that, really, because let me just go back to Fort Sumter in the first place. This game is pretty much about placing cubes, moving cubes, and removing cubes. Only because you have some cards with some text and flavor text and some pictures from the era, it doesn't make this game it doesn't give this game any historical flavor or anything like that. It's just like color-coded regions that you're fighting over and gaining some points for the majority, and that's basically it, right? So I felt like, who might be interested in these types of games? Apparently I am, because I got this one. But I think that for the wargamers, it's just like a lunch break game with no real depth in it. But maybe these types of games were also designed for Eurogamers, as I consider myself being one. But I don't think that this is the case either, because when you play Euro games, yeah, I know that these are very abstracted in a sense that it doesn't matter what the topic of the game is. You're just simply exchanging cubes for more cubes or for money or for something else, and at the end of the day, it's the one that gets the most victory points. Well, this might be the case in these games as well. But people who actually play really heavy Euro games, I think they would not consider these types of games to be attractive to them. I don't know. I guess this might be the case. So who might be interested in these types of games? That's a good question. Maybe let's find out together. I don't know. Maybe you have the answer to it. So put a comment and I will try to reply to it. But anyway, what was the reason for me picking up this game over Fort Sumter? First one is, well, I'm not the designer myself, so I only play games of other people, of people who design them actually. And I found this one to be a bit more interesting because it has a built-in solo rules. Well, you might say that, well, Fort Sumter has also the solo kind of rules, not even rules, it's kind of a module because it was developed like a couple of years later. But then again, the game itself was actually designed and released in pre-COVID era, so it was so meeting each other in person was a bit easier than it is nowadays. But still, I do believe that when the game is released with solo rules included, I do feel that designers make their games and create their games in a way that the solo experience is not that far away from a two-player experience, especially in the games like this, because you have games like Commands and Colors. These are great games, really, but they're not near as fun solo as a two-player skirmish, because even if you can create a perfect AI for yourself, it's still not going to be the same because your opponent's going to have like 5 or 6 cards and you're never going to guess what he's about to play. And sometimes he surprises you with his choices. AI is probably not to surprise us that much. So I do believe that one of the things is that this one has solo rules included in the game. Good choice. The second thing is, compared to Fort Sumter, because I've seen some playthroughs and reviews of Fort Sumter. This one I've only read the rules, but it also has a kind of asymmetrical conflict, which means that one side is going for the area of one area of influence and the other is for the other, which is cool. I mean, you know, if you want to play abstract games, believe me or not, if they're very, very simple rules-wise, let's say, you might want to choose something else and more Euro-ish, let's say. It doesn't have to have this historical context. And one of the greatest examples is Rainer Knizia. Boy, he designed so many great abstract games. If you want to play for the influence and the area control, go find out his games. They're gorgeous and great. But enough about chit-chat, let's get into the box. So let the content do the talking, finally. All right, red flag over Paris. Boy, I love GMT releases. These sturdy, I would say heavy cardboard boxes. If you get this one in your hands, boy, it feels like there has to be something great in it. And it is, although it's not a typical GMT size box, and I'm gonna show you like this. Usual is like, I think it's 2.5 inch box, and the regular one, like for commands and colors, is just like 1 inch taller, but still great box. And the cover art is great as well. Oh, just look at this. Yeah, it's really cool. Great sturdy box. Now we have rules of play with 12 pages, but I can see that maybe we have something like, yeah, glossary, 2 pages. So then we have like a game end. So a total of 10 pages. Let's go backwards. Oh, no. See, these are solo rules. Huh. So we only have like up to 8 pages, with the front page being the table of content. And we have some explanations of what different pieces mean. As you can see, compared to Fort Sumter, you have like 2 types of pieces, which is good. And the cards, and I like these old photos. They just look great. So yeah, then we have a setup and the overview and sequence of play. So basically like 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of rules. That's all about it. But take a look at this one. Boy, it's a playbook. It's a hefty one. 44 pages. But here's the trick. Let's cut it in 2. And what we have? Historical notes. Boy, I love these. But to be honest, I'm not a history buff, really. But in a sense that that many wargamers think about history, because I do believe that they think of a history as a constant and ongoing military conflict. So the more conflict in the game, the better the game is. I tend to think about the history as a kind of a loop. You know, when something happens, for instance, take this example, Paris Commune. What was the reason that led to this, and what was the aftermath of it? And sometimes the reasons are kind of, how should I say this? Not that clear and precise as we tend to think. Now, somebody did something, and oh, there we have it, right? Or one of the leaders decided to invade the country, and then we have a war. It doesn't work like that. So that's why my interest in history is in these more of like a zoom out and looking at you know, different perspective, looking from different perspective on different events that happened actually. So it's not the event that drags me into the gaming, but rather the everything that happens around it, and who was included, what was the reason, and so on. But still, I love these notes. As you can see, the playbook is up to 22 pages with a presumably also the solo example of play. Yeah, but this is cool. I like having this, even if the games are you know, that simple. It's good to have a decent playbook. Hopefully it is. Yeah, what do we have here? See, this is what I was talking about. We have like two versions of a solo AI. So you can play both sides, and you have like a one sheet for both sides. I'm not sure they're identical, but no. So as you can see that there are some differences in here. This is just like a cardstock, not very durable, I guess, but maybe I'll laminate these. There we have the board. Look at this one. I love the graphic. Ooh, it's white on the back. But this one has kind of a, I see, kind of a stains. Not sure if you can see it. This one has a kind of a linen finish, pretty much like the main board. Yeah, it looks really good. And you can notice that you can see the full board. There's no such thing as a victory point track. It's probably going to be swinging back and forth because Fort Sumter, I believe it has just like a victory point track. You were tracking your points, and whoever got most of them was the winner of the game. Now in this case, it's going to be going like back and forth, which is kind of cool by itself. It might reflect the victory point track just in a different way, but still. It's a nice touch, and the board looks really good. I love the old map. So even if this is so abstract, it's still very nice looking. And then we have some pieces. As I said, oh, a die. One could die for it. And we have like different pieces in different shapes. So you're going to be placing some round markers and some cubes. These are to measure something. I don't know what this is. We also have these black pawns, probably like a round track or something. And of course, the cards. Boy, the cards. Versailles Initiative. The French. And we have the men, the Jules de Catel. Oh no. Review the commerce players objective. No. I'm going to pretend I'm a French guy, but maybe I'll be able to open these to show you some. It's not that easy. All right, went pretty smooth. So let's have a look at some of the cards here. This is for the blue side. This is for the red side. So basically when you play a card and you're a blue player, you can either play it for the influence or for the action. And the red one. Valery Wróblewski. That's the guy. Oh, the Poland. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. And then we have some gray cards for both sides. And this is like oh, maybe these are some like special events. I don't know. These are the objective cards. Okay. Oh, there's a strategy, objective, and we also have the initiative. Okay. So it might swing. That's cool. That's cool. And the objective cards, so pretty much like in the previous game of the series. Now, there's an insert with the cover art, but I guess there is nothing underneath it. Yeah, and I was right. Probably it's gonna go away, but not yet. Sure. Oh, sorry. All right. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, put some comments, and that's it. Red flag over press and play games, because that's the main purpose of us being in the hobby. No matter if it's abstract or not. Red flag over Paris. Thanks for watching. See you next time.